To infinity, raising your voice in me. Especially when we in a Giuseppe store. But I'ma have the last laugh in the end. Cause I'm from a track, I'll check a hoe. Yeah, I'ma have the laugh in the end. Cause I'm from a track.
What's up, guys? It's time for another update. So I want to go over with you guys, something that I just learned yesterday that I think is really going to change the way I trade. I guess it's pretty simple for some people. Me, again, I'm a new trader, about 30 days in, and I've watched numerous videos about the order book. Echo, Volume 3. So, the order book, I think, now that I understand it 100%, looking back, while I did look at the order book, mostly for like an exit strategy in case somebody had like a large wall up, that's pretty much how I looked at order books. Everybody kind of shows you, and all the videos I've watched, I must have watched about literally 10 different videos, maybe about 2-3 hours worth of YouTube videos about the order book, trying to explain the order book. But while they did explain the order book, none of them really explained how to really put it into your trading. Now again, this is going to be more important for those who are trying to make quick moves in and out, whether it's minutes or an hour, but really probably less important to those who are swing trading. So let's kind of go over, what it is I looked at. And the reason this came about is I was in a trade yesterday that took forever. Literally 5 hours. But the issue with it was the volume that was going through this coin. I think it was storage that I was in, and the volume was just so low. So if I look up storage, volume is 118 over here. That's very low. Now, obviously, I've watched videos on volume, and everybody's like, no, I don't want to even touch this coin because the volume is so low. I kind of looked at it like, well, I don't understand. The candles are moving. What's the difference if the volume is low or not? Until I kind of got into this coin, and I sat there, and and it was painful. This thing barely moved. So what I'm looking at over here is this section right here. I got trade history, the bids, the ask the bids. So how does this kind of help you become a good trader? Well, knowing what I know now, this literally just clicked, while I was in this trade for 5 hours, and I had nothing to do to watch over here. There was no point in really watching this chart, even though this is not storage, but because this wasn't moving, we were just kind of going sideways. And I didn't really understand until you start to really watch what's going on in the order book to really understand what the price action, what's really going on here. What do the candles really mean? Now, again, I've watched probably even more videos on price action, maybe 10, 15 hours worth of videos, maybe 30 different videos from different people. So I understand price action. I understand candlestick reading, but it never tied in until I really understood the order book to see what it all kind of meant, and it all just kind of clicked and tied in. So let's kind of go over it real quick. Let's just go here. So before, when I was entering a trade, again, I'm a quick in and out for now kind of guy. No pun intended. But yeah. So I'm looking at these now, and I'm looking at buy and sell walls. Let's kind of take something that would be easier to see over here. Let's see. Let's just go with let's see, XRP. All right. And the reason I did this is the numbers are a little smaller over here, so it's kind of easier to see what's going on. So, I'm looking at these as now support and resistance, right? The red is more of a resistance, which really means that, let's say I was in this trade and these numbers were huge, right? So I have a guy that has 15,000 shares of XRP he's looking to get rid of over here. This is going to really act as resistance. So if I was in this trade and I was already in profit and this number was just huge, I mean, this is not such a bad number, but you're going to see 100,000. I mean, that's a serious resistance wall. Same thing goes for support, right? The green, the people that are looking to buy, they act as support. So before, when I was getting in and out of a trade, all I was really looking at was the candlesticks. I was like, okay, have 4 or 5 red candlesticks over here. Chances are you're not going to get more than 5 in a row. It looks like it's slowing down while the green bars are bigger, the red bars are smaller. It looks like it's slowing. This would be a good time to get in. And that's how I was getting into all my trades. And obviously, some are successful, some are not. More are probably not up until this point. And now that I'm not even looking at the candles except to figure out whether I'm obviously going to look to get a position into a coin, which is the most important thing, right? But after I figure out that this is a good position to get in, looking at price action, looking at some technical analysis, now I know I want to get into a coin. Well, being that I'm going in and out quick, I have to find the best possible area to get into a coin. So again, before, like over here, I'd see, all right, you know what, this is on an uptrend. Let me just wait for a couple more red candles and I'm going to get in. Well, now what I'm doing is I'm not even looking at the candles at this point. I am looking at the candles, but more important is I'm looking over here. And I see a lot of these green walls over here. These are all support for me. So, now I'm going to go to my limit order and I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to look at the spread, which is what the difference is between the red and the green. Over here, this is 11,002 and 11,007. Not much of a difference between the two, but you're going to see coins that are going to have a huge spread in between. And again, you can also see that from the order book itself right here, or you can bring it to this order book, and you can see that the red basically touches the green, which means there's really no separation. So chances are you're not going to bounce around. This number is going to bounce around between the red and the green. So the bigger the spread, the greater your chances are to get in at a lower cost. Instead of just hitting the buy button, you're going to wait till the spread hits the lower number, depending on where the green bars are. So now you see that, hey, we got some support. We got some, 2,700, 8,400 shares. And I'm going to look at where 8,400 really meets. So this is 11,000. So 11,000 is right about over here. As you can see, we're over that. We're going to probably hit that 11,000 mark. So I'm going to just wait for it. I'm going to just hit it. Right? That's my 11,000. Goes to my limit order. Max it out. Buy XRP. And now I could just sit and wait. Where before I was like, okay, just hit the buy button and just go in. Same thing happens when you're looking to sell. Don't just sell because you're ready to sell. Chances are these are small shares. I'm going to be able to get to this point if I just wait. Right? These are just small numbers. They're going to get eaten away as this continues to go back and forth. Now, as you can see, the spread is now getting bigger. Right? I got 11,025 and 11,002. So now that the spread is bigger, now it's going to bounce around. So why would I take a market order and sell where they want me to sell? I could just hit this. Probably I'm going to hit this number, 1,017. I might as well just wait to exit right there. Now, obviously, if I'm in a trade, I'm not in profit yet. I could also bring up the full order book and see really where the big walls are. There are no real big walls. This is a big number. But, once I pass these numbers, look at the difference between the numbers here. I got 11, 25, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So there's not a big difference. So this is going to be a slow process to break any kind of big candles through here, because there are, it's in sequence. It's not like it jumps from 11,025 to 11,047. So I know if I break down this 1125 wall, it's going to probably skyrocket through 1147, which if I'm looking to get an exit position, well, I'm going to wait for this wall to bust down. If there was none of these numbers in between, I know I'm going to hit 1,059. That's going to be my exit point. Again, same thing for entries, right? If you're unsure about support resistance, let's say you're new, you haven't really mastered support resistance, and again, if you haven't, I can't think of something that's more important for you to do if you're trying to become a trader. So I definitely suggest you sit down and you watch tons and tons of videos about that, because that's really just the basics, the core of what you're doing. But yeah, this is also going to help you out. So you're going to see there's a guy at 11,000. This guy's looking to get a position for 8,000 shares. So, decent guy. You know that there's something to this 11,000 number. But then you look down here. Nobody's at 11,000, but you see some people are also looking to take positions down here. And you got to ask yourself why. Why are they down here at 109.44? What is 109.44? They're looking at this position over here, and they're basically saying to themselves, this is where they think this price is going to come down to. Typically, when you see huge numbers, like huge numbers, these are big players that really know what they're doing, and chances are the price is going to come down to that section and hit those numbers. Really, I can't tell you, now that I understand what these buy and sell walls are, how to use them and look at them as really support resistance and get me just a much better position of getting in my trades. I know that my trading just went up by a factor of 50%, my success rate. I'm going to get myself in much better position, especially at this point, because I have such short stop losses, where before I'd be like, okay, right now I'm like, okay, well, I think that this is now going to go up, right? Because it looks like the red candles are big. They're coming down. Let's just say, I think that this is on an uphill, on an incline, whatever. I just think like, okay, this is my position to get in. I wouldn't really look at the walls. I wouldn't really set myself up for a position where I'm going to say, okay, this guy is really going to support me with a huge number. I want to get in either right in front of him or right in back of him if I think that it's going to go through him. And that's going to be my position. So typically what I was doing before, I was just like, okay, let me get in. And I'd always dip down a little bit more before I came up, because I wasn't looking at what was going on over here. I was probably entering, let's just say I would enter right over here where there was no real support, just small numbers. These are going to get knocked out pretty quickly. So if I was entering here and I didn't look at the book and I just entered here, well, guess what? By the time this is able to go back up, let's just say I entered right over here. These are going to get eaten out. Boom, 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 boom. By the time I have a chance for it to just like start going up, I'm already down, whatever this is. It goes from 82 to 61, right? So let's just say where 82 is, right? I would be down here now, not looking at this. Just saying I think that the market's going to go up from here. not looking at the order book, I am definitely going to be going down to here before I even have a chance to, make a dip upwards. So, I mean, now that I know again what I know, I feel like before I was wearing blinders to get in and out of positions. And now I feel like this has really set the tone for me. So yeah, I really wanted to go over that with you. I think the order book, for those who are not familiar or try to watch videos, and people, again, they explain what the order book is, what the spread is, but they don't explain how to really put it into action as far as if you were trading. I hope this really clarified things for you and allows you to kind of get in and out of better positions with your trade. So again, I hope this has helped you. If you found value in this video, please subscribe. Please share this video, like it. And I appreciate everything you guys do. I hope you guys have a successful day trading and look forward to our next video. Thank you. Bye.